morning. 60 Seconds to Serenity with me, Gregg Hammond, on Wednesday, December 20th, 2017. "60 Seconds to Serenity," the tools we are using are intended to empower ourself through the breathing and through our mindset, being grateful, listing the 10 things in the morning that you're grateful for, and then reviewing that at night, but taking the breathing, calm, serene breaths, and our positive affirmation, empowering thoughts, so that you can take control of any situation where you are able to respond, having the calm and serene mind. And that means that the good news is that your life just got a whole lot easier. And it's important to have good news. There's a lot of the other type of news out there, and the more that you can reduce that from your daily intake of your mind being filled with stressful and negative things, the better your ability to respond to things, because you're taking the time to fill your mind with the positive, empowering thoughts and the breathing. And I want to add something in there, but as I add this new thing, I want to say that you should not be driving or in a place where you really need to pay attention. I'll add that near the end of this. I'll go through all of our stuff, and then I'll add that in. It's just a little bit I'm going to add in there. So for the non-dominant hand exercise, right? We've been doing that. We've been adding stuff in there, and so I've showed the examples of writing with your non-dominant hand. That means for me, I'm using my left hand, and I noticed a couple people commented they saw that I was playing guitar both right and left-handed, and that might be true. I might actually be doing that, but I'm definitely writing with my non-dominant hand when I write this out. And so this exercise we started back in October, and it was just you write your name, and then we added in more things, little by little, adding more, so that you're continually pushing yourself with the practice of using your non-dominant hand. Now for me, what I discovered when I first started doing this is that with a notebook like this, that when I put my hand on the spiral bound side here, that it's challenging to balance my hand just because of this part of the notebook makes my hand feel very uncomfortable. It's already a challenging thing to do. So you may have discovered this, and if not, and maybe you just have a piece of paper so you don't even know, but if you use this side, if you just flip it upside down, flip it the other way, and write in there, it's a little bit easier as you're working off your training wheels of non-dominant hand exercise, right? So I added, I had the temperature and the sunset, sunrise, humidity, temperature, and the order is kind of the same, but the idea is that you're keeping track of this. You're noticing what's changing, like what is the difference in the temperature, how much does the humidity change, where does the wind, what is the wind direction, is it moving back and forth, is it constant all the time, because that changes quite a bit. So I also added in here a couple of things. I wrote them out with my non-dominant hand because I like practicing that. It's not just an exercise, but it's like I'm getting to the point to where I can play. I can play and write with both hands. It's just balance. It's not that you are actually one or the other. It's just that we do that because writing is a very dominant thing, and so we become very accustomed to using our dominant side. You can use both, right and left hand, and doing all kinds of things. One of the things that I started to do, and I realized that I needed to be very awake and aware and go slowly in order to do this, was to brush my teeth with a non-dominant hand. Go slow, I'm telling you. Don't try that, and don't try to go at the normal pace. Give yourself a lot of extra time, because you're going to experience something very unique. And with an object in your mouth moving around, you want to be careful. But that's an example. There are plenty of things that you can switch over. You know, the handwriting is something that you can visibly see on the page. You can physically experience what that feels like all through your body, in your mind, as you're trying to do something like write with a non-dominant hand. So that's one of the reasons we're doing that exercise like that. But I put down, as we're coming towards the end of the year, today's the 20th, so we have 11 days left in this calendar year for 2017 as we come into 2018. I wrote down, what contribution would you like to make? What contribution to the world? If you were able to make a contribution, which you are, right? Part of what you're doing is preparing yourself using the 60 seconds to Serenity tools of the breathing and the mindset and the affirmations. You're preparing yourself so that you can make a big contribution. It starts with you focusing on you to make yourself more powerful, more aware, and that makes you more effective. And then, how would you spend your day if you could do what you truly love? If, like, you could do what you love all the time, what would that be? And so you may decide to write that out with your non-dominant hand. That would be a powerful way to push yourself a little further and keep adding to what we already have been doing. But you could write that with your non-dominant hand, because it may, as you do that, you might notice that all of a sudden it's like, as you're trying to think about it, you know, maybe you have a couple ideas and it's like it's opening up a door. And then as you do that more, with your using your dominant hand, which you can write quickly, then it will open up even more and you'll have a lot of stuff that you start thinking about. So today's the first day that you're writing that down, and you want to start to fill pages. I mean, if you write the same thing, that's okay. It's just like with the gratitude exercise. If writing out 10 things is challenging for you to do, that's okay. Write out 3, and then push to 4, and then try for 5, 7, 9, 10, and sometimes you'll have more than 10. But it's okay to repeat things if you need to repeat something. Remember that part of keeping your mind flexible and fluid is to lubricate it with water, right? Keep water in your body every 25 to 30 minutes, adding 6 to 8 ounces of water, just a little bit, especially if you're drinking other things. If you're having coffee, soda, tea, those things will zap the water out of you, so you want to replace it. Empowering yourself with keep smiling, so that this is one way that you can share happiness and good vibration, by smiling and sharing it and waving to people throughout your day, because you're sharing that blessing of your happiness, and it's easy and it's free. So the thing that I'd like to add is, I would like for you to take some time, and you don't have to do it now, but what I would like you to do is, I would like you, as you take the time to do your breathing, we've been doing 60 seconds to Serenity, and we have those blocks of time that are 60 seconds. I want you to link a few of those together. Give yourself 5 chunks, right? 5 1-minute chunks. And I want you to see this beach behind me, right? Imagine if you were arriving at this beach on that side over there. You see the sandy beach out there and the trees, right? Imagine that there is an amazing amazing adventure and place that's inside of those trees over there. It's beautiful. It's a tropical paradise filled with a lot of amazing stuff. So I want you to imagine that you have arrived on this beach, gentle, calm waves, and you've arrived right up on there, and it's easy for your boat to come right in. Easy, very easy for you to step out onto that sandy beach and walk towards, you see the trees there, right? Walk towards those trees, and you will see a path. There is a path that is opening up there. And I just want you to stand there at that opening of the beginning of that path. And I want you to check out all of the trees there and the vegetation and listen to the birds that are singing. And behind you, you can hear these waves coming in on the beach as you're facing those trees, and you're looking at the vegetation there, hearing the birds. And notice that on both sides there are a lot of tropical flowers, and flowers just growing along the edge of the outside of where you're standing there on the beach in the sand. Very comfortable, perfect temperature, and you are facing a path that is in front of you. And we're going to go down that path, and I'm going to take you on a little bit of an adventure, but it isn't today. We'll do that later. But this is where I want you to prepare your mind, is come in on that beach, repeat this, right? Because we're talking about the power of repetition. Most of what we're doing here, very simple repetition, over and over. That's how you get better at everything. And so you're going to repeat this. Coming in on the boat to the beach, gentle landing, step right out. Temperature's perfect, perfect breeze, smells wonderful. You can hear the birds, and you can see that pathway right there at the edge of this beautiful tropical vegetation. And with that, I'm gonna hop off of here and do some of my morning study. Oh, before I go, these stickers that I am sending out, if you'd like some of these, a couple of these, give me your address. I'm sending those out priority mail. With the holidays, one, I got delayed in getting there. I packed those for everybody that's been sending me your address. I have put those into priority mail packets, and they are ready to go. But every time I've got to the post office, there's been 50 people in there because it's a very busy time. So it's coming, right? And because it was delayed a little bit, I threw in extra stuff. So as these packets come, you'll get something a little extra in there. And if you would like one of those, just let me know. I'm sending out some of these stickers and some of the other stickers, and also these magnets. So stay tuned for that. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday, and remember, you can share this video and all of them. I've been doing these since October in preparation to get you in the mindset, personally ready for your 2018 as we keep adding stuff in here. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Peace, love, music. I'll see you guys tomorrow.